without further ado, please welcome Cait Waynelovich. Come on, Cait. And Jenna Judith.
Wow, thank you so much to everyone who's here. We can't see you right now, but we hear you, and we feel the support. So, oh my gosh, hi! Jessica and Kevitz, you told me we're coming to this. You're a liar. Thank you for being here. This is my amazing co-host, Jenna. She flew in this morning from Wisconsin, so thank you for being here today, Jenna, as well, to celebrate the launch of this book. And yeah, let's chat. We have a lot to talk about and catch up on. Cheers. Cheers. First of all.
Yes.
Cheers in our custom mugs.
Mm-hmm. Because every good book launch needs some good swag.
We got a little bit of swag.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
After we are wrapped up here, you'll be able to experience some of that swag and some books over at the table over here. Cait will be signing and taking pics.
Signing books only, you guys. Okay?
Yes. Let's keep it to the paper.
Just keep it to the paper. I know some of you.
Oh, gosh.
Margs Manuscripts.
Yes.
This is why we're here.
Yes.
This is the craziest thing. We went live for the first time backstage on TikTok, and I feel like I'm 19 years old again.
It was actually Instagram.
Oh, it was Instagram.
I'm like, I don't know the TikTokers.
I don't know. We went live. We said some stuff. There were people watching. It was weird. But we went live for the first time. Mm-hmm. It was like the craziest experience. And I think Margs and Manuscripts in general has been the craziest experience so far.
Just like if you look back about not even a year, I didn't even know who you were.
A year ago.
Yeah, a year ago when I started renovating my office and you started Instagram stalking me. And then that was it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to be best friends with her. Mm-hmm. 10,000 followers later.
I don't know how we did
Thousands of streams later.
Yes.
Here we are on a stage talking about my book launch.
Because you did the damn thing.
Yeah.
You wrote a book. This thing. And you officially made us a publishing house, which is like...
Somehow we did that.
Like we're a business.
I'm tied to you now.
Legally binding.
Yep. 50-50.
Absolutely. Sorry, my husband's here. I have another spouse too. So, but anyways, so the whole point of our podcast was really born out of the necessity to connect with other people going through the hellscape that is writing. If you haven't listened to the podcast, now's your chance. And we have had 25 episodes? 26?
25 or 26.
Yeah. And we've had wonderful guests on, some amazing authors, besties of the pod, Crystal included. And all we do, we don't really teach you anything.
No, there's nothing to learn.
No,
we drink margaritas and we talk a lot of shit with people who have done really cool shit that we want to do.
And there's some books involved.
And there's a lot of books involved, but I think we started the podcast because if you don't know, like, writing is a very solitary experience.
It's a one-man sport. And you don't really know that going into it. You're like, yeah, I'm all jazzed up. Like, I'm going to write a book. And then you're like, I'm all alone in my emotions. And you don't know what to do with them. And you have all of these people screaming advice at you, saying, you need to do this, you have to have this character arc, you need to have like these like 3 acts plus then some and maybe an epilogue or whatever, and you're just, it's a lot of things. So when we connected on Instagram, it was really just, I have feelings, you have feelings, let's have feelings together. So we didn't actually officially meet until we went to the Women's Fiction Writers Association's writing conference in New Mexico. And everyone thought we were best friends. Like long
Everyone
term.
there was like, I want to be in this clique. Like, who are they?
Yeah, like, are
we're-
you, like-
We were like, we just met for the first time. And so.
Like 12 hours
yeah,
ago.
We connected over this shared bond of being alone in a hoodie, crying at a keyboard by yourself. And you're like, is anybody else going through this? Because when I look online at podcasts, they're all, here's how you write the hero's journey for women, female characters. And you're like female main characters, whatever I'm saying.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I don't care. I know,
No.
I don't care about the hero's journey. How do I just like talk about the experience of, writing a sex scene? Because that's weird.
Let's cover our ears.
That's weird to do by yourself. And, or like, is anybody else just like having a couple glasses of wine and chatting about how this is all just real weird to do?
Like, it's a social construct that I'm actually putting these symbols on a page in a little box.
And I'm telling a weird, funny story by myself, to myself.
And I'm laughing at myself.
And maybe one day someone will read it. And
we want them to read it?
we kind of want them to. I don't know why.
I don't know.
They're my weird, like, inner thoughts. So now you all have them in your hands, and it's going to be real weird when you get to unpack all that.
Yeah.
So,
Especially that one scene in the chateau.
the one scene in the chateau has to be explained a little bit, but
That's true.
my dad's not here, but he has a redacted version.
Yes. And when Cait and I, when we were like really unpacking of like what's the most awkward part about writing a book, you literally said specifically about intimacy. You said a lot of people like read it and they like didn't know if they actually did it. I'm like,
I see you, Angela Amato.
and I'm like, girl, my chapter, like my scenes are like 3 chapters long.
I was like, I have maybe a paragraph, and people are really unsure of what happened there.
So we have different styles. So I write romantasy and other romance books, and not yet published. Thank you for being the guinea pig with all of this jazz. But what I think is the most interesting part about your journey is that this literally started like a decade ago. Mine was like on a dare 2 years ago, like very different. Like my best friend said, you can write a better book than some of these other authors. I'm like, girl, just you wait.
She did.
I did. Like humble brag. And it was in like the height of being a new mom, not knowing who I was. But your journey started way before that, way before kids. And it also followed a similar trajectory in that you wanted to find out who you were.
Yeah, I think our styles of writing are just super different. Like you're like a plotter. You want to sit down and you want to make an Excel sheet of
Love a spreadsheet.
a character's backstory for 7 generations. You want to make an Ancestry.com version of whatever character you just made up in your head.
There's like family crests.
Yeah, that's insane. that's a crazy.
That's just cool to me.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm really sad today. I'm gonna rate it out on the page. I don't know where it's gonna go. The characters are just gonna take me there. And
Cool.
They did. But that was how this started. It was just like a really hard moment, and I had no other way to like put it or like experience. Like I don't know, some people go talk to their therapist, some people write a song, or some people do whatever, and I was like, I'm just gonna write a scene about a really happy time that had nothing to do with this moment, and then maybe one day he'll read it and he'll get that I'm pissed.
That sounds like a passive-aggressive problem.
Yeah, it was actually like, let me put it out on paper, so maybe like,
You can, like,
it'll solve my problems.
Yeah, okay.
And I didn't know it was going to be a book. I had no idea. It was a scene about 2 people on their graduation night sitting on the beach talking about their hopes and dreams, and then realizing that your hopes and dreams don't come true, and you get stuck in your life, and you don't know where to go. And
Are you trying to tell our lovely audience a little bit about your own life?
you know what? I think that there's a time that nobody's talking about, especially for women. And that time is when you're 27 and you're unmarried.
Very specific age.
Yeah, it's 27. I'm saying it right now. That
Okay.
is that's like the new quarter life crisis. Is
Okay.
that what we're calling it? That's
Sure.
what they called it, right?
Yeah.
25. Like, it's now like 27, I'll say 28, maybe. Everybody's getting married later, right? So, like, most 27, 28-year-olds don't have kids. Maybe you're not in a serious relationship, but you've been at your job for a while. You're probably pretty good at it by that point.
You're getting kind of annoyed with the interns at that
Yeah,
point, too.
exactly. Like, they're getting slightly older than the interns, and it's not as exciting anymore. And you're just like, what am I doing? Did I, like, do all the things that I wanted to do when I was 21, graduating college, and I had all these hopes and dreams for myself? And there's a point at 27, 28 where you feel really lost. Mm-hmm. And I think we're going to see a lot more art coming from that age at this point, because, like, people are just getting married and having kids so much later in life that's becoming the, like, next quarter life crisis.
And it kind of behooves us to talk about the fact that art isn't just writing, it's not just painting or like any of the traditional senses, but more of finding a means of expressing yourself while not caring if it is received well from anyone else. Like, just doing it for you.
Yeah,
And
you're not putting it up on TikTok.
You could. I don't
Some
think-
of us are.
Yes, it's true. But what I think was really wonderful about, like, reading your book was that moment of, like, discovery, of, like, that aha moment of, I don't need to please everyone else. Like, I don't need to make art for that person. I need to make art for me. I need to find me. And I think every author goes through that, especially, like, in a debut novel.
Yeah.
Like, this is your first one, and you said, what, like, your second is going to be far more confident and maybe a little bit more efficient in writing.
It's not going to take me 8 years to write the next one, that's for sure. But yeah, I mean, finding your process in, but yeah, I mean, again, back to this took me a decade to write because I didn't have any life experience when I first started it.
I don't think TikTok was a thing when you started it.
I don't even know. So that's the other funny thing too, is that, like, this whole thing started, and, like, Instagram and TikTok and all of that was in such a different place that over the years I've had to completely update the technology as it has continued, because she's a social media influencer. Like, I've had to, like, reels weren't a thing, or, like, going live wasn't a thing, and it was like, it was
Simpler
still just
time.
like, it was just like emo or indie posts of coffee
On
when I
MySpace.
started writing it on MySpace. It was almost like that old, and it was not like 20 years ago. It was 8 years ago. So I've really updated the technology, and in 2 years, it'll even be completely different. Mm-hmm. So this is just a snapshot of a time and a place at the moment, but it has been a whirlwind of just, like, keeping up with being an influencer and also becoming, at the exact same time, a podcaster, which who knew?
I know.
No.
I did not have this on my bingo card.
No, absolutely not. So it's like we have been doing it as the character has been experiencing it as well. The other cool thing about the podcast is we interview all of these authors, and we try to incorporate everybody at every different points of their journey, right? Pre-published people who are bestsellers, people who are with small companies or indie, everybody. But we have been able to talk to people at all different parts of their journey, and I've been able to ask them questions as a new author.
Yeah.
And that has been the coolest part of this whole thing. Mm-hmm. Even just saying, like, hey, my book launches next week to two of my favorite authors I've ever read. What's your advice? And they've been able to give it to me. So, like, I've been coming into my own as an author as we have been able to launch this podcast and finding these mentors, and, like, it's been the most awesome thing ever. It's so weird.
And hearing that everyone's craft is pretty much the same. Like, hearing from Lauren Oakey, who is a fantastic romance author, and her prose are beautiful. She's coming out with a book in June, just so you know.
June 16th.
Yep, thank you. And hearing her talk about how she writes, and she's like, she's a person. Like, it...
I didn't know that.
No. Like, DNA in the flesh.
Yeah.
And
Nope.
she taught herself how to write. She taught herself how to do like a character arc. And she said, I edit the crap out of these things. It's like garbage. We always say like your first draft is trash. And if your first draft isn't trash, you didn't do it right. And she does the same thing. And you did that like 20 times.
20 something drafts?
Yeah.
20 something drafts. So some people in this room probably read draft 7, and I'm really sorry about that. But read the new one. Read draft 30 because it's way better. No, it takes a long time. The way that we do it is weird. We're all weird. We all do it in weird, different ways. So
we're all unique unicorns.
We are, and it's been so amazing to like share that experience with people on this journey. Becoming an author, doing the podcast has been really special. So I'm so glad that you are all here to celebrate this really special moment with us. And yeah, it's been amazing.
So do I get to interview you now?
Am I the author now? Am I the author on the podcast? Because
you are.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. Buckle up. Okay. What did you want this book to be when you initially started writing it? When you're like, this is going to become a book. What did you think it was going to look like at the end? Was it this? No. Or was it like a love letter to my 20s?
No. No, I don't know. That's a great, what the fuck? Tell me you were going to ask me that.
I told you I wasn't prepared. I didn't tell you.
What did I think it was going to be? I thought it was going to be, you know what? I thought it was going to be a love letter to everything that made me obsessed with travel growing up. I was obsessed with Eat, Pray, Love. I was obsessed with Under the Tuscan Sun. I was obsessed with Austenland and all of these really wonderful movies and books that came out when we were in high school. And I was especially obsessed with Anthony Bourdain and Rick Steves. Weird, different vibes, but I like them both.
Yeah, the
Samantha
Bible
Brown.
of Rick Steves.
The Bible of Rick Steves.
The Bible of Rick Steves.
It's this. Yeah. And Samantha Brown and everybody who raised me as a teenager.
Hashtag PBS.
Yeah, hashtag, yes, exact, the Travel Channel. All of those things that I was obsessed with. Some people love Star Wars. I loved Elizabeth Gilbert. Like, it was a love letter to all of those movies and all of those books. And there's a lot of Easter eggs into all of those things in there as well. But I knew I wanted to at least have my debut be dedicated to all those people because they completely shaped my experiences as an adult. I did hear that there were questions that were given to the audience.
Can we have the postman from Mr. Rogers?
Is the mail here? Is the mail here? I thought it would be really weird if we like asked. I thought it would be super weird if we like asked the audience for questions. So it would be like, you, ma'am, in the front row that I don't know from the cubicle next to me. Oh. Do you want to give me one, Emma? Oh, thank you. I don't know how to read it.
Do you need help?
Okay. Oh, this is from Ava. Are you supposed to be anonymous? Am I not supposed to say? Oh, okay. Okay. How did you learn to write professionally, and was it hard to get the concepts into words? That's a really nice question.
It all started in kindergarten.
Well, how did I learn to write professionally? Ava, so I didn't. You know what? It started with a lot of journaling. And so I know that Ava is a teenager, so I'm going to direct this to her. But Ava, if you want to start writing, the best thing to do is just to journal every single day and be comfortable with yourself writing first. And then maybe one day you will spend a lot of money and you will get a master's degree. But for the moment, I think anybody can do it if you just get comfortable with yourself and your voice first.
Fun fact, I don't have one of those master's degrees. No. I have an art degree. Excellent. Okay.
Okay.
From Ashley, who is pictured on the cover? Who's that?
Oh, I don't have a lot of say in that. I think
you.
I think so.
And you.
What's really funny is that everyone makes fun of, and then we had a lot of people on the podcast before my cover was revealed saying like, "Oh, the trend right now is to have a woman walking away from something." And then I got my cover and I was like, well, it
Damn.
sells apparently. So here we are. That's my main character. She's outside of the Sagrada Familia. That's in Barcelona. She has a wonderful metaphoric moment in the Sagrada, so it worked.
I have a question. What was your favorite landmark, like in real life, when you went to Barcelona?
I think like maybe Park Güell, but now it's like a huge tourist attraction. So when you go to Park Güell now it's just all TikTokers. I mean, it is like a sea of TikTok. It's a sea of selfie sticks.
I really shouldn't judge.
Yeah, it's really hard to get near anything. It's just like you can't. But that's a really incredible part of Barcelona for sure.
This one's from Marcia. Marcia, thank you. English is my first language. How did you get the idea for the book? Have you lived any part of this story? I want like percentages. And have you traveled to any or all of the locations in said book?
Yeah, a lot of it's real, and that's the question, right? Whenever you read a book like this, yeah, a lot of it's real, and a lot of it's fiction. And I've been to all the locations, and I have a true story in each location, and some stories are a little too true. But it's all very real. I went to Morocco. I went to Barcelona. I went to Paris and Normandy and all of these awesome places. And I had a lot of these experiences, starting the book from a weird place and feeling really lost, and then having all of these experiences and saying, thank God I didn't try to write a book before I had these experiences, because I think the important thing about writing is to let your experiences in life and everything guide what you want to say and where you're going, because you might not know that when you sit down to write it. And so I think when somebody said they wrote a book or they wrote their first draft in 4 months, that's a red flag to me. I don't know, that's a big red flag.
If authors were on a dating app.
Yeah, because you're saying like, I have this idea and I think I have something to say, but how do you know what you have to say if you're writing it after 4 months? Like, it's like if you need to seep on that. You need to let that idea sit, and you need to wait for those moments where the next idea hits, or you have this experience that is backs up what you want to say or your theme, and you roll with it. So yeah, yes, a lot of it is based on real life.
Yes. Of all of your characters, who was your favorite fictional one, and who was your favorite real life one?
Oh yeah, I love that question.
Anonymous.
Yeah, great. You guys haven't met Jan yet.
Raise your hand if you have met Jan.
If you've met Jan, you're welcome. Jan is me, I am her. Jan is a fictional character, but I feel like I just want to be her. She's my favorite for sure. Real life characters, the only two people I didn't change their name, and they know that I didn't because I asked them not to sue me when the book came out, are Jim and Sandy. And they are real life, they were too good to fictionalize. Yeah, you'll meet them.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh, guys, you're all like,
Maybe like 2 more.
This one's from your daughter. Why did the girl love winter?
Oh, she told me because she wanted to build a snowman. Am I right? Emma, is that right? She wanted to build a snowman?
Emma, is that right?
She loved winter because she wanted to build a snowman?
You got a head nod.
Great.
Oh, yes. I'm Leah.
Lee.
Lee. That is an A, okay?
I know, she's British.
I love you, I'm sorry. Which of the male characters most resemble your husband? Spill the tea.
Here's the thing.
Wait, did John even make it into the book?
He did. I think John makes it into the book because eventually my character falls in love. And there's the chateau scene. But it's not directly him, right? Like you're not saying like, oh, here's my husband and here's our love story. No, that's never how it is. But
That's boring.
That's boring. That sucks. That's too happy. Like we all know. We're happily married. That's fine. But what you're doing when you're writing is, I'm not like sitting there writing thinking about a chateau scene with like whatever character. Like I'm thinking about love. And I'm thinking about my relationship and my marriage and my husband, and I'm writing those lines based on that and not like some fictional person I made up or some fictional experience I had. Like it's all based on real life relationships and real life ups and downs. And so my husband's written into every word in this book in some way. And it may not be directly that she marries a musician at the end and they have 2 children or anything like that, but you're writing the experiences that you have when you experience love and you experience pain or you experience any of that. And so he's in every part.
That was
Thanks,
cute.
Lee.
This one's from Jeff.
Okay.
What advice would you give yourself / Cait 5 years ago about writing and going through your publishing journey with this book?
You can do it.
That's good.
No, it's just the weirdest thing to say, but like you can do it. Because 5 years ago I was having my first kid, and that seems so far away, even though it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. This book had already, I was in the middle of writing it, and I didn't write it for a long time because I had kids, and it was just like such a far away idea. This moment right now, sitting here with you, was not, it was so far in the future I couldn't even consider it and getting the book to where I wanted it to be. But so yeah, you can do it, and you should do it. It's the craziest thing, but yeah, the journey's amazing, and you should do it.
We were just talking about this over dinner.
Yeah.
Of how everyone, when you write a book, they're like, oh my God, you wrote a book? And to us, we're like, yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to do it for a long time.
Like, okay, like neat, I wrote a book. But to everyone else that hasn't been through this journey, it feels like Everest. It feels like I could never do that. I could not walk those steps that you took to climb that mountain.
Right, but when it's been your plan the whole time, it doesn't seem that crazy.
No.
It's just been in the works for a very long time. The other advice too, and there's like writers listen to this podcast, is don't take your acknowledgments like for a grain of, like take them seriously, because they actually mean a lot more to the people that you're acknowledging than you think they do. And it's a very special experience when a person gets to see their name in print, whatever it is. If it's Dad or Nana or whatever it is, it's a very special thing for them. And when you're writing them, you're like, this is just my silly book and no one's gonna care. But when you show them that acknowledgement, it's a really special moment. And so truly take the time to acknowledge the people that you wanna acknowledge. So that's my other piece of advice. Can I take a drink on that?
Please.
It's water.
Gotta hydrate.
Last one, and then I think we must be.
Well, all of these are like, what inspired you? Who's on the cover? And I'm like, so many things. Or like, what's real life and what's not? So, I have one. I felt really witty writing this. It's in there somewhere. I love laughing at myself and my own silly jokes.
You're gonna have to hear this back a lot.
Yeah. So, if you were in Aladdin and Robin Williams was your genie, okay? And he was trying to give you options for your mode of transportation. Like, we talked about elephants, there were horses, there was a Corvette.
When did we ever talk about this?
No, you didn't. I did with myself. What would you rather have be your mode of transportation? A camel or a World War II Jeep?
Have you ever been on a World War II Jeep in rural France?
I've been on a camel.
It is better. Camels?
At a zoo, though.
Okay, so there was a saddle and not a towel just laid out for you because the chafing is bad on a camel. But if you, like a World War II Jeep in rural France, I mean, it's better than being on a motorcycle going the fastest you can ever go. So World War II Jeep, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can there still be a camel?
There's a lot of camels in this book.
No, but like in France. Because you mentioned the France part, I'm like, sign me up. But I want the camel.
You can have whatever you want.
Okay. Excellent.
Last question.
Okay. I just could do this all day. Oh my God, legit, I just picked mine. Like, magic. Okay. What was your favorite scene to actually write in this entire book? Because there's some beauts in there. But what was your favorite one? You're like, I'm having so much fun.
Yes, it's the terrible production of Mamma Mia.
Do tell.
Yes, where she realizes that her boyfriend is cheating on her with his co-star at a terrible community theater production of Mamma Mia. And I've been to a few, not at this theater for sure. No. But that was the most fun I've ever had writing a scene because it was like the ideas were hilarious. I was laughing out loud at myself, by myself. Yeah, I was having a great time. But it was so fun thinking about what would be in a really bad production of Mamma Mia. And I think that her boyfriend that is cheating on her is one of my favorite characters to write because it's too...
It's like on the nose.
It's too on the nose. It's too good. He's got to be... You'll know him. You'll read it and you'll know him. You'll know that guy. You'll know that guy. And so, yeah, that was probably my favorite one to write by far.
Excellent.
But I hope you all read it and enjoy it. I'm happy to sell you some after this.
Peddle your wares.
I'm peddling it.
So at the end of every podcast episode, we let the guest author pitch their book, talk about what they're doing next.
Oh,
yeah, you got to plug your stuff here.
Okay.
So, Cait, what are you working on next?
What am I working on next?
Yeah, spill the...
okay. I thought I was going to have to pitch this book that I just spent an hour talking about.
No, check that box.
Okay, next. Next has nothing to do with this book. Next is a historical fiction based on the relationship between May Capone and Al Capone and her last visit to see him in Alcatraz. And I get to research that one.
Where can people get this book?
That's a great question. They can get it at Barnes & Noble, they can get it on Amazon, or they can get it right here for $15, because math is hard. It's $17.99 on Barnes & Noble, and we could not do that math tonight. So it's 15, just straight 15 here.
I have an art degree.
Yeah, I cannot do more $17.99 math. Yeah.
I don't even know what that is times 2.
No, but 15 times 2 is 30. We can do it.
Okay.
I think we can do it. Yeah.
And after, what are we doing after?
We're going to the rendezvous, Lee?
Yep, rendezvous.
Rendezvous after.
Yeah.
All right.
Have some bevs, and let's celebrate the ever fabulous Cait.
Thank you, guys.
I love you so much, and you are legally tied to me. Yes, we discussed this, but also you are the best bestie of the pod because you literally came up with this entire idea. This was you, and you're you're gonna come with me. I'm like, sweet. So
Crystal's coming with us too.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. Thanks for being here again.
Thank you, Cait. We love you. We'll see you over there. This has been another episode of Margs Manuscripts. Thanks for listening. Your hosts are Jenna G. Judith, Cait Waynelovich. Our writer and public relations manager is Cait Waynelovich. Music by John Waynelovich. Editor, Jenna G. Judith. Creative direction, Jenna G. Judith. And our podcast manager, Cait Waynelovich. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, all that jazz. Visit our website at margsandmanuscripts.com. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button.